Hello everyone, back to tuning into today's second video, doing JMA Friday for today's second video. So as always on a Friday, we're having a look at the weather for the month ahead with Japanese CFS V2 models. And I should get on that for you in a moment. Just to say that the first video release today was our 6th UK weather forecast. Got 10 to 14 there and the EC 42 there for the UK and Ireland. On the way later on today, so 4 videos coming up today. Please like, share and subscribe, and thank you so much everybody for doing that if you're enjoying the content. Thank you so much everyone. Alright, we're going to start off with the week 1 500 millibar height anomaly from the JMA from the Arctic and the North Pole view down. So this is the North Pole just here. We've got the wider Arctic circle through here, and then we've got the mid latitudes through there. So blue is extrapolating to below average heights, which is low pressure. Yellow, orange and red to above average heights, which is high pressure. These are broken down to weekly periods, and the first week period will take us from today, 24th, through to the 31st of May. Oh, sorry everybody. So the next week we'll have low pressure out in the Atlantic. We've got high pressure in the Azores bridging towards Spain, and then we've got this large area of high pressure to the northeast as well. Also a little bit changeable, but should be quite warm with winds coming in from a southwesterly direction there. Week 2 is going to be the 31st of May through to the 7th of June. Now, this looks like it could be quite warm. We've got high pressure sitting over and to the east of the country, and a bit of a cut-off low to west of Spain and Portugal. So the two could combine, start drawing up the wind from the south. If that happens, it might turn, dare I say, a little bit hot there through the first week of June. However, all change to weeks 3 and 4 will be the 7th to the 21st of June. That ridge to the east goes. We get low pressure appearing to the north of Scotland or below average heights. High pressure in the middle of the North Atlantic. So that probably line swings up to bring the wind flow, the wind direction and the flow in from the west or northwesterly direction. So that turns cooler, and it also turns more unsettled as well, with the low pressure bringing showery conditions, especially so to the north. Right, let's confirm that with the tropical and mid-latitude view. We can't see Greenland, Iceland, Scandinavia, the Arctic, all those areas off the chart up here. We're in the top right-hand corner of the chart as you're looking at it. Reminder of the week 1 500 millibar height anomaly with that ridge just to the south, southwest of Spain, and also come over here to our east and northeast. Low pressures out in the Atlantic, and so winds are coming in potentially from a southwesterly direction. It's more of an average week to come in the next week from the 24th to 31st May. Last week of May comes out above average, as the rest of the month has done so far as well, around 1 to 2 degrees above normal. And it's a bit of a north-south split for precipitation, so it's wetter than average in the north and the northwest, and drier than average in the south and in the southeast, closest to the ridge. Week 2 will be the 31st of May to the 7th of June, with high pressure building to the east of the country, this cut-off low to the west of Spain and Portugal. That might drag the wind up from a southerly direction. Now, the temperature anomaly is still significantly above average in most yellow or orange colours. I think we're more towards the oranges actually there, so kind of 2 to 3 degrees above average. Potentially that's the first hot week of the summer. In the first week of the tropical summer, it is a little bit more, I'm so sorry, but it is a little bit more unsettled though. Rainfall slightly above average. That might be down to heavy showers and thunderstorms being triggered by those southerly winds, perhaps, especially later on in the period. And then weeks 3 and 4 will be the 7th to the 21st of June. Can't really see it, but there's a trough of low pressure sitting to the north of Scotland then, with high pressure pulled out into the Atlantic. Looks like it will bring the wind in from more of a west or a northwesterly direction. So slightly above average with the temperature, but coming down a little bit compared to what we have. Compared to what we have in weeks 1 and 2, and also turning more unsettled as well. So it looks like there's a cool down and a change to more unsettled Atlantic-driven conditions with more in the way of rain as we go further on into June there. Remember, that's a 2-week anomaly, so it could be a little bit transitional. Right, let's have a look at CFS bet and see how that compares. So again, these are 500 millibar height anomalies, and they're broken down into weekly periods. The first week period takes us from the 24th to the 30th of May. The next week we'll have high pressure towards Scandinavia, and winds will be coming in from an easterly direction, so a lot of dry and also warm weather to come there. All change for week 2 is the 31st of May to 6th of June. This is very different to what the JMA is showing, by the way, for this week. This is a week where it looks like it's turning hot with the JMA. Well, the CFS has a trough of low through the Western Europe, so that wouldn't be turning hot. That would actually be turning cooler and more unsettled there. Week 3 will be the, sorry, I believe it's 7th to the 13th of June. Low pressure then sort of digging towards the southwest, high pressure away to the northeast. I think that will still be quite a changeable week as well. And then finally, week 4 is the 14th to the 20th of June. And then high pressure comes back over Scandinavia and brings the wind back into the east again. So, I mean, the CFS and the JMA are disagreeing as early as week 2. And then that carries on through weeks 3 and 4. So, big uncertainty, big disagreements due with JMA Friday today. This Sabbath temperature anomaly is looking from the CFS of week 1, 24th to 30th of May. Rather warmer than average, so probably not as much as the JMA is showing. And then week 2 actually goes cooler, so this is where the JMA looks quite hot, but the CFS, 31st of May to 6th of June, actually goes cooler than average. So really big disagreements between these two models as early as the first week of June. Week 3 is the 7th to the 13th of June. That is only ever so slightly above average. Week 4 does look warmer. It's the 14th to 20th of June. And they're about 1 to 2 degrees above normal. And then finally, for precipitation for week 1, which will be the 24th to 30th of May, a little bit on the drier than average side, not a big deviation. Week 2 will be the 31st of May to the 6th of June. Slightly on the wetter than average side. Week 3, losing the signal. And then week 4, also losing the signal. But if anything, I think probably hints at still being a little bit on the unsettled side. Come over here, wetter than average with continent and whatnot. So, yeah, you know, we've got big disagreements here between the two models. It's quite unusual, but I mean, they do disagree for weeks 3 and 4. Quite often, but as well as week 2, that's quite unusual. So we've got a JMA suggesting that things are going to get quite hot into the beginning of June, and then there's a cool down to something more changeable, more unsettled. We've got the CFS looking actually quite cool and wet for the first week of June, and then shifting to something that's a little bit warmer and dry around the middle part of the month. So quite where we go from here, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe just a snapshot of what these two models are showing, and they could look different when we look at them again next week for next week's JMA Friday. You haven't got long to wait until you find out what the EC 42-dayer got to say about all of this. So 6 weeks outlook for the UK and Ireland from the ECM WFX steady model will be released at 7 p.m. this evening rather than tomorrow morning. So just a few hours and you'll find out what the EC has to say about all of this. Right, well, if you enjoyed JMA Friday this week, please like, share, subscribe. Make sure to do that. We'll be back shortly with your 10 to 14 dayer, including all of the regular features. Come back for that in a little bit. But for JMA Friday for this week, that's all for now, and back to watching.